And and good morning and welcome to the old school, a jocular opening to this next episode featuring more about sandwiches. I'm Ross Miller, being joined by Dr. Stephen Bourgeois. Good morning, Herr Dr. Bourgeois.
Hey Miller, it's good to see you, and we're kind of going on faith here because we've posted sandwiches part one, but we haven't heard any feedback from anyone. Somebody like in Iceland, I think, has listened to it, but I'm worried that our listeners are going to tune us out. They're going to wait until we talk about something substantial, or it could be the greatest damn episode we've ever had. I just don't know.
Tune us out. Is that a shot at a pun or?
No, I didn't know. I still don't know what you're talking about. Take lots of puns. I'm way too forgetful anymore. I can barely get sentences out today.
You know what the thing is? When I do these podcasts and I have this very nice microphone, professional, some might say, I have my headphones and I'm able to hear myself. I sound like I have a very rich, deep, dare I say, comforting baritone voice, almost radio quality, dusky deltones.
Okay.
And then when I play back, when I hear the audio of the podcast later, I sound nasally. I sound like I don't have a deep, rich, comforting baritone voice. I sound like me, but in Maryland, the accent is more nasally.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a Maryland accent anymore, but I think I have one of those high nasal kind of voices.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Would you do us all a favor and say today, yesterday?
Today, yesterday.
Didn't you? I mean, in the Maryland accent, like Monday, Tuesday. What do you say?
Well, yeah. When you say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I've been teased about that my entire professional career. It's really amazing I have any self-esteem remaining. But yeah, I mean, it's weird because I would say if you say today, I would say today. I wouldn't say today.
So messed up. So you say today because I was trying, but you say Monday.
I say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I don't know if it's I don't know. I can't remember what's a Maryland accent and what isn't. I don't know if Marylanders say today.
I don't think you're from.
That seems stupid.
I mean, you lived in Maryland. I mean, but weren't you born in Louisiana or something like that?
I was born in Texas, but I did not stay here. At 3 months, we decided as a family that this was not the place for us.
Were you part of that conversation?
Yes.
Count me out.
I find this whole thing to be a sham.
Well, I don't understand any of this now. So you've been in Texas, you're making this part up, and then New Orleans, didn't you have some shady history there?
Yeah, shady history in New Orleans. What do you think I am?
Well, it's the romantic in me.
You think I led some sort of Jimmy Buffett life running grass out of Miami or, into New Orleans or?
It's too soon here, Miller. Talking about
I'm sorry.
Get Jimmy Buffett.
I love Jimmy Buffett. But anyway, so here we go once more. I got my microphone, got my headphones. And so once more, I think I have a rich baritone voice, although within perhaps weeks, I will no longer have headphones around my head at the moment. And
You're
so
just gonna shout, or I need to talk louder. What's happening here?
Well, I am getting hearing aids. And so it's depends, cannot be too far behind, so but
I didn't think you'd take it there.
But I'm getting hearing aids, and we'll see how that goes. I should not need the headphones with hearing aids, but it's I mean, what would be funny if I had one of those hearing aids where it's just like a clip inside your ear and you have that string running down like the old men used to have, like back in the 40s or something, like whenever they do. They probably still don't have those, but it is the old style wraparound. And they're asking me, do you want it enabled in Bluetooth? I said, no. I said,
then you can use your cell phone to hear even better.
I get increasingly annoyed every time someone suggests that I can use my iPhone to do this, that, or the next thing. Can we perhaps, let's just throw it out there into the universe? Is it perhaps not a bad idea to not connect everything to the damn iPhone?
Okay.
I'm annoyed.
Okay. So you can not connect your hearing aids. Well, I wish you
Well,
would
I
do
can't.
that.
I can, but there's also, strangely enough, two buttons that you can do the exact same thing as you could do with your iPhone. It begs the question. We talked about this before with technology. The first question that should always be asked when technology is developed is, what problem is it fixing? What is the issue with not using the buttons on the hearing aid to turn it up or turn it down or whatever the case may be?
Well, people
The
are,
only thing I could think of is that now, because you can have Bluetooth, you can go through your life listening to music. You can
sure.
enable
How
Bluetooth
exciting. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, you have a soundtrack to your life, kind of what do you call that scene? The montage scene would be going on all day.
The Rocky theme in the background. Henry
Well,
Mancini blowing that trumpet, and so um,
but you could watch baseball and you could hear directly from the announcer and would go right in. So you could mute the TV, right? And hear it.
but again, what problem does that solve? If I've got hearing aids, I should be able to listen to the damn television. I should be able to hear it and hear it at a comfortable level. I should not have to have it piped directly into my eardrums. It doesn't make any sense.
The whole thing, you make everything sound absurd.
I make everything sound
Well,
absurd.
yeah. I mean, the app is to help you, and gives you complete control and flexibility about the volume in your life.
You know what this is like? This is like when your wife says, I'm just trying to help you become a better version of you. This is what I
No one,
sometimes get the sense of.
no one said that before.
Every time your wife, every time my wife suggests something, and if I balk, that's her fallback answer. Well, I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help you become a better version of you.
You've done that since I've met you. You've really improved, Ross.
Well, anyway, whether the masses liked it or not, here is sandwiches part 2 as we finish the rest of the country.
We're on the ends. We just did Nevada. I'll die a
Yes.
happy man if I remember what the sandwiches were in Nevada.
Well, we had some good ones. We had the patty melt in Nevada. We had the pimento cheese sandwich in Georgia. We had a couple of hoagies.
Pimento cheese. Yeah.
Mixed
I've
in
heard
there.
good
Yeah.
things about that.
Yeah. So we go to New Hampshire, the Granite States. Don't take it for granted.
Oh my gosh, you're doing this already.
The capital is Concord. It was originally a part of Massachusetts. Perhaps you didn't know that before it became its own separate state. In New Hampshire, they have 2 sandwiches, which automatically there's some red flags there. One is the roast beef sandwich.
Okay, just a simple roast beef with
roast beef sandwich, maybe throw in some horseradish, sundry of other things, and Bob's your uncle. Now they also have a fried haddock sandwich. Now we have seen a fried walleye, a fried, not a fried, but a salmon sandwich. We've seen, but we got the lobster rolls. So we've seen a couple of seafood related sandwich. I can't tell you what haddock tastes like, different from, say, mahi or any other kind of whitefish. And if it's fried, it all tastes the same. So, but
so,
I mean,
so
what
you're
the
not
hell?
going for the fish sandwich, but you're having the simple roast beef from New Hampshire.
I would probably take the roast beef if you were giving me the option, or if you were telling me I had to make a choice. So
I had a sandwich, one of my seminal sandwiches of my life.
Good for you.
No. I'm telling you this about you mentioned that New Hampshire and Massachusetts were once one. So I figured
Yes.
backtrack to the M's. And I remember the sandwich. I must have been 12 years old. And it was in a swim and tennis club in, I believe, Bedford, Massachusetts. I could be totally wrong, but it was up there. And for some reason, as a 12-year-old, I was able to go into the bar with a friend, not to have drinks. I wasn't that hear bourgeois yet. But somehow they asked. We decided we wanted a couple of sandwiches, and they gave me a pastrami sandwich, and that was my first pastrami sandwich. But it was hot, so that, I mean, it was probably just something that was already made because I just grabbed it and heated it up in some toaster or something, whatever it was, before they had microwaves. And I ate that, and it was the hot pastrami, and I don't remember anything else about it. It was the greatest sandwich I've ever had, and I remember,
Changed your life.
yeah, it did. Sitting at that bar at a swim and tennis club in Bedford, Massachusetts. So there you go.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
A vote for a hot pastrami sandwich. You can't go wrong, I don't think.
No,
That's one of the shoot. I can't remember the name of the place now. Oh yeah, dude, Schwartz's in Montreal.
Okay.
It's kind of famous for their hot pastrami sandwiches. You can get it lean or extra fatty or whatever you want to do. But that was a pretty darn good sandwich. I think a hot pastrami sandwich, you can't really go wrong with that.
No.
On the same thing,
Yeah.
the Italian hoagie is the sandwich of choice in New Jersey. Kiss
Okay.
her where it smells. Take her to New Jersey, in the capital of Trenton. A very bipolar state. You got the very urban kind of strange area to the east of the state. You have a very kind of a bucolic kind of farmland to the west. And there you have New Jersey. It's a divided state, but strangely, the Italian hoagie crosses all lines, both the urban and the rural, and you got the Italian hoagie.
So what's the difference between a hoagie and a submarine sandwich grinder? That's an East Coast thing. Are they all basically the same thing?
They're basically the same thing. Hero, grinder, sub, hoagie. It's basically the same sandwich.
It is. Okay.
I mean, yeah, you might see some differences as far as the meat or whatever the case may be, but
it's a roll.
It's a roll. Yeah.
Okay.
So, going to New Mexico, the land of enchantment, capital of Santa Fe, the only capital that you cannot fly into. They have no public airport in Santa Fe. If you want to fly to Santa Fe, you either have to be independently wealthy, got your own private jet to fly into the private airport in Santa Fe, or if you're like the rest of us, you got to fly into Albuquerque and then drive north about an hour to get to Santa Fe. They have a green chili cheeseburger.
Oh, no, you've raved about that. In fact, you were there, and I think you sent pictures and all kinds of things.
So there used to be it's not there anymore, but there used to be a restaurant just north of Santa Fe called Bobcat Bite. It's on it was kind of on a remote highway, and it was basically nothing more than a glorified trailer. It used to be somebody's home, and there had to be no more than about 10 seats inside the restaurant. And it had a long bar, and that's where most of the seats were. And then you had like 2 tables. And it was like, when we showed up, it was like 30 degrees. And so there was a chalkboard on the outside of the restaurant, and you just put your name on the chalkboard, and then you waited in your car. Then somebody would pop out of the restaurant saying Miller or whatever. And so we went in, and I remember sitting there at the bar. We ordered the green chili cheeseburger. And as soon as it came, it was like a revelation.
Really?
And then the guy next to me, the guy next to both my wife and I said, "Man, y'all haven't said word one since those burgers showed up." Yeah. And it's true. We had not talked. And we got to talking to him. He said, "Yeah, my doctor says I should stop eating these things, but the hell with them. I'll order a second one, just for good measure, So it is one of those things that will change your life. It's a cheeseburger. The cheese is Oaxaca cheese.
Oaxaca?
It's kind of Oaxaca cheese, the Mexican cheese. And then green chilies on top of that. It's a revelation.
I can't say I've had it, but I already know that I love it. Everything you mentioned.
Well, there's nothing not to love.
Yeah. So that may be at the top of the list, or pretty darn close.
Over a pimento cheese sandwich?
I don't know about that.
Well, yeah. And of course, there's the obvious question: is a burger a sandwich? I don't know why it wouldn't be, but some people
don't really
think
want to
that
have that
burgers,
debate, but it's meat on some type of bread.
Yes,
but it's not. Anybody knows what a burger is.
Yeah,
but we're including some of them on this list. This list isn't really crafted, technically speaking, because there's a lot of gray areas. The whole list
There's
is
a
a gray
ton of
area.
there's a ton of gray areas. For example, in New York, you figure a place like New York, the sheer litany of sandwiches it could choose from to obsess about. But New York has gone the way of your childhood experience. Pastrami on rye is considered. I mean, and that's of course, deli coming from the German word of delicatessen, a Yiddish term to refer to a place where you get sliced meats. The pastrami on rye is the classic New York sandwich.
So
And
you've been
so
there. You've been there and had it.
I've been there, had it, enjoyed it, had another one. And so those back in the younger years when you could order and eat two of those gigantic pastrami sandwiches.
Wow.
I can't do that anymore. I can't even eat dollar hot dog day at the ballpark anymore. But
what's happened here, Miller?
I don't know. We've lost our joie de vivre or whatever it is. So
I've never been joie de something. Yeah, I've lost that too.
whoa. You never been to New York?
No, I've never been to. I've been to New York State, driving through, but never to New York City. All my years.
Holy cow!
I know it's shocking. It's stunning.
It's almost as shocking as the fact that you've never been to Baltimore.
You're combining those two in the same sentence. So, what's the deli called? Katz Deli.
Well, Katz's Deli is the famous one.
You know another one that's better for the cool people.
Well, there's actually a couple of them. But Katz's tends to be the one that most people know about because it was in When Harry Met Sally, and it's very, very famous, and it's a great place to spend $50 on a sandwich. If you're into that, if you want the true New York experience,
Wow.
So my favorite place used to be, it wasn't like a deli per se, but it was like H&H Bagels. It was like in Midtown Manhattan, and it was just across the street from Zabar's, the famous grocery store. So you would get your bagel at H&H, and then you would cross the street and get smoked salmon, some lox, and some other stuff to put on it. And you get the cream cheese at H&H, and then you just cross the street to get all the other stuff on top of it. It's not a bad way to live,
Wow.
But that would be for a sandwich of the state. That would be mine. Bagels, cream cheese and lox with some red onions.
You're calling a bagel a sandwich now?
You can make it a sandwich.
I guess so, but I don't know. This is really getting confusing. But I feel terrible that I've not been to New York City.
Well, we need to correct that. We also need to correct you getting to Baltimore. So you go to Ottman's Deli in Baltimore. There's a place to go.
Ottman's,
Ottman, like Attmans.
Ottman.
Apostrophe S.
Oh, okay. Ottman's.
So anyway, North Carolina, the Tar Heel State. This is one of the places that my daughter just walked in and disrupted my mojo.
What did she do?
I didn't know what was going on. I don't know what was going on. I just heard the door open and she said something. I don't know. So. But anyway, North Carolina, the Tar Heel State. Did you know Tar Heel was once a derogatory term because it was used to describe Civil War veterans? Talked about North Carolina soldiers saying that they needed tar on their heels to keep them in place to fight. And for whatever reason, North Carolina decided to own that, and they called themselves the Tar Heel. It is terrible.
Now they stand their ground. They're tar.
Now they have no choice. They have tar on their heels, but. Raleigh, the capital of North Kakalaki, as we used to call it when I was in the military.
Really?
That's an inside. That's like inside tip there. That's what how the cool kids called it 30 years ago.
You were probably cool not at one point. It sounds like.
Say again.
You were cool at one point. There was a time in the distant past.
Way distant past. Okay, I can't see them now. So,
but
in North Carolina, North Kakalaki, they have the pulled pork sandwich.
Pulled pork. Okay.
Now, see, I can't do Carolina barbecue. It's that vinegary stuff.
Is it vinegar sauce, or is it sweet? Is it on the vinegar side or the sweet?
I thought sweet was the Kansas City stuff.
I don't know. I'm missing it. I thought that the Carolina was a little bit on the sweet side too, but what do I know?
Maybe so. What do you know? I don't. What do
Yeah,
I know? I don't
I'm
know.
making
But
terrible
pulled pork.
contributions to this. So you're saying you don't like pulled pork sandwiches?
I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't like a pulled pork sandwich in North Carolina. Now that to me,
Even
call me Jewish, but I mean, but here in Texas, you got the beef stuff. I might be more inclined towards
oh
that.
yeah, a
I don't know. There's something strange about pulled pork.
pulled pulled pork. Anything
Yeah.
with a cloven hoof, you tend to disparage.
Let's hear it for Leviticus 11. So for all my
Okay.
Jewish brethren out there
Okay.
and sisters,
Well,
North Dakota,
mhm.
the North Dakota, the capital is Bismarck.
Okay.
Great state, great town of Bismarck. Sloppy Joe.
Okay. It's a good sandwich. My mother used to make those. I always love those. How can you go wrong with a sloppy Joe?
Well, it does beg the question. Yes, it's a man's man sandwich. It's a working man
Too
sandwich.
messy for you, Ross?
Well, the sauce kind of binds it together. It's not like
Yeah.
what was that? Who had the loose meat? Oh yeah, Iowa. Iowa had like the loose meat sandwich. That's just
Oh,
ridiculous. How do you even control that? But
yeah.
a sloppy Joe, the sauce kind of combines it, keeps it together. So maybe it works.
Yeah. That's really solid.
Yeah. Ohio, the only state that has a flag in pennant form, not the rectangular form, by the way. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I just learned it.
Yeah, capital of is Columbus. They have, I like this, the Polish sausage with either barbecue sauce or hot sauce and coleslaw on top of it.
Hmm.
It's a little bit busy. It's a little bit gilding the lily. I think they're trying to kind of put their own stamp on things. But you can't go wrong with a Polish sausage.
Well, you're a purist. You would prefer mustard, but there's a Polish and German influence there in Columbus, so they want to do something a little different.
Again, yeah, a little busy, but I could take a Polish sausage.
Yeah,
It's
I
like a
mean,
bratwurst.
sure, same thing, but
Yeah,
but it's in Ohio, so it's pretty cool.
you feel like you're doing something a little bit better if you're in Ohio.
I think so.
Maybe. So, Oklahoma, the Sooner State, because settlers got into the territory before it officially opened. For those of you who don't know, sooner than it was supposed to.
Are you serious?
Capital, yeah, serious, dead serious.
No fooling.
No fooling. There's no fake news in this podcast. There might be mistakes, but that's not
How
the
funny,
same thing
yeah.
as.
Imagine if we were fact checked. My goodness, it'd be like a ticker going on live. You don't know what you're talking about.
In some movies, if you hear a ding, an angel gets its wings. In our podcast, a ding would be like no, that's not true. Oklahoma, Oklahoma has. I'm thinking about that joke. Why is Texas on the map? Because Oklahoma sucks. But
Come on now.
Oklahoma is actually a nice town, a nice state. Oklahoma City is a nice town, brick town, downtown. This is a nice little area. So. But Oklahoma State has the chicken fried steak sandwich.
So how does that work? What do you put on it? I mean, is it just a dry chicken fried steak, or does it have some?
Well, you can get various things on it. I would go ahead and put the gravy on it. I mean, not a lot. Let's not
On a
get crazy,
sandwich?
but I mean,
Gravy on a
yeah.
sandwich? I don't know if you have
Well,
to
I mean,
that one.
it says, is it that much different from au jus?
I don't know. I'm just a little worried that it's missing something. Does it have? Do they dress it with lettuce or tomato or anything?
Well, like I said, I think I think there's some wiggle room there as what you put on your chicken fried steak sandwich. But given how great chicken fried steak is, how bad can it be on a roll?
Well, I wouldn't just eat chicken fried steak dry without gravy on it. I mean,
well, I'm not saying that you do that. You can go ahead and put gravy on it. Go ahead and do it.
I put gravy on a sandwich. So I'm saying I'm stuck. Don't want the gravy, but I'm not sure if I'm comfortable dressing it with tomatoes. I'd get laughed at.
Well, you're being laughed at now. What are you?
Same drum sheriff.
She's almighty.
We
probably need to do an episode just where we talk about all the movie references we make, just so people understand going forward. But
we've watched like three movies. We watched.
That's where all the quotes come from.
Yeah. So keep driving here, Miller. What's after Oklahoma?
Oh dear. Here we go. The state of Oregon.
Oh, no,
The
it gets
state
quiet.
that is, say again,
It gets quiet.
it's very quiet.
Well, you're about to
Um,
insult my homeland here.
no.
Oh,
Oregon, though, for a long time was one of only two states where you were not allowed to pump your own gas. The communists in Oregon thought that the average man or woman incapable of doing that on their own, this very difficult thing everyone else figured out how to do. By the way, New Jersey was the other state.
but now
I think Oregon changed it. I think now in Oregon you can pump your own gas. I
I've
think New
heard
Jersey
that
may be
just
the holdout.
yesterday. I was surprised because it's really fun. You have this awkward conversation. You roll down the window. Some person you've never seen. And I mean, people are so afraid now. They'll just crack the window. Are you really working? Some guy in jeans.
But see, the generation today, they have no concept of the full service gas station.
No, not at all.
That used to be a privilege. That used to be something that was kind of sophisticated. Someone else was doing it for you.
Oh yeah.
But then they figured out it wasn't really that complicated a process, and so you do it yourself.
It's what's gone wrong with the world. I mean, it was one of the early examples of how things are becoming irrelevant. Weekly.
Yes.
So
well, in Oregon, capital is Salem. They have the fried chicken biscuit.
That's what it is in Oregon. I didn't know that.
Well, there's two in Oregon.
Oh.
Oregon's one of those ones that has two. They can't make up their mind. A fried chicken biscuit with bacon, cheese, a thick gravy, and sometimes an egg.
And bread?
Well, that's the biscuit.
Oh, a biscuit. Okay. That's a knife and fork food. I don't think you can eat that. But I've never had.
If you have to have a knife and a fork to eat it, is it a sandwich?
That's a philosophical question. If nobody's listening and watching, then it certainly isn't. But
Oklahoma also has the grilled Tillamook cheddar sandwich.
You're saying Oregon, not Oklahoma.
Yes, Oregon.
You just said
sorry, Oregon. Yes, Oregon also has the grilled Tillamook cheddar sandwich.
So just a simple, great grilled cheese with the great Tillamook cheddar. That's perfect. You can't improve upon.
I think that's about as Americana as you get right there. So
yeah, that'll be tough to beat.
I don't know about the fried chicken biscuit thing, but
no, and have a little tomato soup on the side. There you go.
Yeah. Maybe some pesto on the grilled cheese.
Don't try tripping things up.
Okay. All right.
It's not like you.
Pennsylvania, the Quaker state. The capital, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Cheesesteak, of course, that should be quite obvious. And let me go ahead and tell you this. For anyone who has Philadelphia on your bucket list to visit, first of all, right now you might want to skip it. Things are pretty dicey in Philly at the moment.
What are you talking about?
What's
happening? Are they having looting or what?
Yeah, there's a lot of problems. They got a lot of issues. Okay. It's a lot of things going on in Philly. But if you're in Philly, of course, everyone says either Pat or Gino's as far as the grilled cheesesteak, the cheesesteak places.
Yeah.
I say you skip both of those. And not far from Independence Hall on South Street is Jim's Steaks. That is the place to go. That is the inside tip. Pat and Gino's, okay, yeah, whatever. But
oh my gosh,
Jim's Steaks.
Jim's
Steaks on South Street, downtown.
You've been there.
That's the place you want to go. Been there, done that, enjoyed it many times.
I'm impressed that you know all this. So you have like meat and some cheese whiz on top of it. Is that how it works there?
Okay, first of all,
what?
The communists who started the cheese whiz thing is that's an abomination.
People love it.
No, it's fake. It's not real. Anything created in a laboratory should never be on a sandwich. Provolone cheese is what goes on a cheesesteak sandwich. Anyone tells me about cheese whiz, I'm sorry. You are wrong.
Oh, I don't know. So you get a cheese whiz at one of those stands. That's probably pretty good.
No, it's not good. It's not real.
So you wouldn't eat it. Have you ever had it?
I can't say I've never had it.
Well, you liked it. Just admit it.
Well, no, it's a childhood thing. And like most things, you leave behind childish things and you take on more sophisticated, more grown up, more appropriate things.
Yeah,
you leave behind the cheese whiz.
Yeah.
You leave behind the cheese whiz, you leave behind the ketchup, and you start eating adult stuff.
Okay, so
If you're 50 and you're eating ketchup, you need to reevaluate what's going on in your life
stick to
because
the
something
cheese
has gone
whiz.
wrong.
You're getting off track talking about ketchup here.
Cheese whiz is the same thing.
Okay, it's the ketchup of cheesesteak.
Jesus. Yeah.
Wow.
So, all right. Rhode Island, the ocean state, capital is Providence. Started by Roger Williams after he got kicked out of Massachusetts. They have the rather unfortunately named hot wiener sandwich as the state sandwich. It's a hot dog with mustard, meat sauce, onion, and celery salt.
Meat sauce and mustard. It sounds great. It sounds great.
It's basically a chili dog.
Have you had it?
That's what we're talking. Say again?
Have you been there? Have you had it?
Been there, had it. Although, Rhode Island perhaps more known for Portuguese food because they have a kind of a large Azorean and Portuguese community.
I never knew that either. Wow.
Great Portuguese food in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
By the way, oldest synagogue in the United States is found in Newport, Rhode Island, Toro Synagogue. So that's in Rhode Island. Look all the stuff you're learning here today, folks.
And you're making all this stuff up, every bit of it. I don't think they put celery salt on their hot dogs either.
Well, this is what it said. So, and I think I remember it to be. Yes, it's great. South Carolina, the Palmetto State. That's the tree that's on the state flag, along with the crescent moon in the corner there.
Crescent moon is like well, it's not a communist type flag, is it? The crescent.
Oh, you could say it. Well, crescent moon is typically referred to with flags representing predominantly Islamic states.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think that's the thing in South Carolina, but yeah, I don't know. But South Carolina, like its more down-to-earth northern cousins, North Carolina has the pulled pork sandwich. So they've decided not to be terribly inventive up there in South Carolina. South Dakota, capital is Pierre. They have the hot beef sandwich covered in brown gravy.
Okay. But it's not really, that's an open-faced sandwich, first of all. It's not, you don't put it on a hot beef sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you want to go really off the tracks, they have a pheasant salad sandwich with pecans, cranberries, and cheese on toasted rye. That's too much.
I wouldn't expect that out of the South Dakotans.
You didn't think they were quite so sophisticated as having a pheasant salad sandwich?
I'm getting into all kinds of trouble with my little snarky comments. But
no, I'd go for the episode's good.
Yeah, I like it. I'd go for the former though. But a hot beef sandwich is an open faced sandwich with mashed potatoes on the side and gravy on everything, and it's in a little bit of cranberry sauce on the side. How about that?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay.
Now, my thing, the hot beef sandwich. I mean, I don't like messy sandwiches, but if it's open face kind of a thing, maybe you can work around it. That pheasant salad sandwich. Anytime you're mixing sweet and savory, I'm out.
You're out?
I'm out.
So you don't like sweet and sour, anything like that?
No. I don't like chicken and waffles. I don't like apricot chicken. I don't like any of that stuff that has a sweet component and a savory component mixed together. I just can't do it.
Kind of drawn a line on the sand here, Miller.
Well, that's what I do.
Okay.
Tennessee, the volunteer state, named so because of the amount of people that volunteered for the War of 1812.
Wow.
And a considerable number of folks from Tennessee.
Good for them.
Apparently, they're just trying to get out of Tennessee, but whatever, Tennessee, by the way, not the original name proposed. Franklin was supposed to be the name of Tennessee. Now it's just the name of the far eastern county in Tennessee. But they have, perhaps not quite surprising, the Nashville hot chicken sandwich.
Oh, hot chicken sandwich.
Have you ever had one?
Didn't they make one at Popeyes or something? No, I don't. No, I don't think I'm kidding. I don't believe I've had one, but I know they have pickles on it. and it's probably and it's spicy. It's probably perfect. It's probably near the top of my list, even though I haven't had it.
Very spicy, then kind of like a tangy sauce, and then like coleslaw on top of it to kind of cut the heat a little bit.
Okay.
That's a damn good sandwich. So Texas.
They have
Lone Star
sandwiches here?
State.
Okay.
Say again.
They have sandwiches here.
They do.
I can imagine.
The Lone Star State, Austin, is the capital.
Oh, Austin, you like it down there?
Yeah. Chopped brisket sandwich.
Chopped brisket. I was hoping that. Chopped. So they chop it right in front of you. That's good.
It's just messy. It's my only thing. Can you really hold the brisket in between the buns? It's going to fall out all over the place.
Yeah, if they're professional, and you don't need sauce. I mean, some people will have
no sauce. No.
Well, so then it'll hold up just fine. You put
know.
onions on it, onion and
I do.
pickles. Yeah, it's a great.
Yeah, I've had them.
Yeah, it's for people who, I mean, I'll order that instead of getting ribs or brisket and pay $6 instead of $12.50. And I mean, I'm experiencing their barbecue. That's a good way to do it.
Utah, originally called Deseret. That was the original name of the territory before the American government said, yeah, that's not going to work. Also, Utah used to be a much larger state. It's quite small compared to its original establishment, but they have the Navajo taco.
Navajo taco?
Navajo taco.
I feel like Ed McMahon here.
Navajo taco. So the Navajo taco is basically, it's an Indian fried bread. For those of you who are wondering what this is all about, and you go to Utah, you can get it anywhere, but it's it's a Navajo fried bread, and inside on top of the bread you have kind of classic taco filling, so ground meat, lettuce, tomatoes, the sundry of things, but it's just on this particular kind of bread.
Have you had it?
And Navajo bread's very common.
Mm-hmm.
Fried bread is very common on the Navajo reservation. You see it in New Mexico, you see it in Arizona, but it's Utah that has it as their actual sandwich.
I love it. So they serve it like in the schools. The kids have it in their school lunch. They'll go through the line and get a Navajo taco in the Utah public schools.
Well, I can't speak to that. I've never been in the Utah public schools or the Navajo schools for that matter, but I assume that that's a featured item.
I bet so.
I was in Mexican Hat, Utah.
That's it. Is there a story that goes with that?
No. That was actually in Bluff, Bluff, Utah, which is right outside of Mexican Hat. That's where I had my first Navajo taco.
You actually did? Okay.
Yeah. It's not bad.
I don't believe you, Cole Thornton.
Now, the other thing I have an issue with. So the other sandwich that they had listed for Utah was a halibut sandwich with fry sauce with ketchup. It's a ketchup and mayo mixture. First of all, Utah is not near any body of water, so you need scratched out halibut. You can't have a state sandwich be a seafood sandwich when you're a landlocked state.
They put it on a truck and they bring it in.
That's the problem. You're going to eat something that's been in a truck for about 10 hours?
Yeah, that's a bad
coming from
idea.
California?
Take it off the list. Can you do that?
Take it off the list. This is stupid. I don't know what these people in Utah think they're doing, but all right, we're getting down to the end of it. Vermont, the last state capital, Montpelier, to have a McDonald's. They don't trust them. And I still don't think they have a Walmart in Vermont.
So they do not have a McDonald's?
I think they just got one. So they have what's called a Vermonter, a very original name, maple turkey or ham with cheddar and sliced green apples and honey mustard. That sounds like an abomination.
But halfway through, I could watch your face, and you're not like any of those ingredients. Maybe individually, but not combined.
First of all, you have the ham that goes back to Leviticus 11 and the cloven hoofs. And then you have the sliced green apples and honey mustard. Oy vey. I can't do honey mustard.
It's getting confusing. It might work in a salad. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't eat it, but I mean, it sounds better. Than in a sandwich. But now, Virginia, The Old Dominion state. Capital is Richmond, a town who's gotten a lot of popularity recently because of some viral song.
What?
They have a country ham sandwich.
I don't know the song either. They have a country ham. Okay, that again with the ham. What do they
I'm
do?
out.
Country ham. What, it's just ham and bread.
Ham and various fixings.
Okay,
But the country ham is apparently the centerpiece of the sandwich
they're
itself.
known for it. They're known for Virginia ham. They invented
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, what else are you going to do?
it.
Virginia, for God's sakes. State of Washington. Capital is Olympia.
It's really
They are known
nice. It's nice that you're not quizzing me on capitals during this, because as soon as you say it, I'm like in class, like one of your scared students thinking he's not going to call on me because I don't know most of them.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
By the way, I'm not going from a list. I know the capitals of our great country.
Okay, we'll figure
and so
that
should
out.
you, by the way. Okay.
I'll test you on that sometime.
All right. So Washington has the banh mi sandwich,
Bone mi?
the great Vietnamese
Oh, that I love bone mi.
pork, cilantro, I think radishes. There's a bunch of other stuff you got in there
Great, great.
on a French baguette bread.
With some sauce, right? That kind does it have? It has a nice kind of teriyaki type sauce.
Yeah. Some kind of sauce, and it's a great sandwich.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue with a banh mi sandwich.
Yeah, I agree.
Now they also have a salmon sandwich.
Well,
hey, what are
they
you gonna
come
do?
they come by it honestly because they have salmon.
They're in Washington. Yeah.
There you go.
So the Washington salmon, not quite as different from the East Coast salmon, unlike the abomination of a crab that the West Coast has. Those Dungeness things that look like they went through a nuclear waste field. They turned out to be the same.
Yeah, this is like the worst possible insult. The Dungeness crabs are the most flavorful by far. I mean, comparatively speaking.
You are out of your mind compared to the blue crab.
You were in Oregon at my home, and I'm sure we had crab there, and you loved it.
We did have crab there, but to suggest that something that large has a flavor that can match the blue crab sandwich, you're out of your mind.
We don't have
no way.
No. Blue crab. I don't hold with it. I would go head to head on that one. Those are
you would lose every single time.
Blue crab. It's just weird.
Yes. West Virginia, perhaps not surprising. Dennis Miller called it Darwin's waiting room, but West Virginia, where the family trees go straight up. I wouldn't say that.
That's just terrible. What happened to Dennis Miller? We need Dennis Miller right now.
We need Dennis Miller back. Capital is Charleston, West Virginia. The sandwich is a sausage biscuit. It seems rather ordinary, although I could go for a sausage biscuit.
Sure, why not? I mean,
there's nothing wrong with a sausage biscuit. Yeah.
And if the biscuit is buttery and the sausage is good.
Yeah.
So is that it, or do we have more states?
We got two more.
Oh, okay. I was anticipating the applause of the crowd as we finally finish this.
Apparently, you were not anticipating the alphabet and understanding that there's still a couple more states left. You could probably guess the state sandwich of Wisconsin. The Badger State's capital is Madison. If you had to guess, what would be the sandwich?
Bratwurst?
No.
Cheese?
Come on, Wisconsin. Yeah, grilled cheese sandwich.
That's it? Well,
that's it.
This is with bratwurst on it. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
but
that would be tricking it up a lot. But no, just grilled cheese sandwich. So
Benedict.
Yes.
Grilled cheese with Wisconsin cheddar.
Yes.
Can't beat that. Okay.
Can't beat that. And then last but not least, for those of you not following along with the alphabet, like my partner here, is the state of Wyoming, the cowboy state. Capital is Cheyenne. Do you know Wyoming only has 2 escalators in the entire state, and both of them are in Casper, not the capital?
That's a great story. It is. I hate escalators. I always do. Hate those damn things.
What's your problem with escalators?
I had a bad experience when I was, I think, 4, going down an escalator in Minnesota. And
this is before the hot pastrami sandwich, right?
It was well before that, but every time I get on these, I think back to that, and I think I hate these damn things. And it's even
All
worse
right.
in Europe where they're much narrower and you feel like you could fall at any moment. So why'd you bring that up? We were having a good
Well, because
conversation.
Wyoming is the last state on the list here. They have the trout sandwich. Well, they actually have two. So they have the trout sandwich.
Mhm.
Now, this is an exception to the criticism that we leveled at Utah for having a seafood sandwich when they're landlocked. But the thing about Wyoming is they have those great rivers,
Yeah,
where they have trout and salmon and other stuff like that. I mean, that's legit. Utah has not seen water. They don't know what water looks like. They don't have it.
they have a great
In the Great Salt Lake.
Well,
Things almost disappeared by now. So now the other sandwich they have is a beef prime rib sandwich. Sometimes, this is where it gets controversial, sometimes with the Rocky Mountain oysters.
what are those? Rocky Mountain oysters. I should know this.
You don't know what Rocky Mountain oysters are? Calf fries.
Calf fries?
Talking about testicles, my friend.
I knew you were going there. I just didn't want to have to say it. Okay,
I'll say testicles.
so
I'll
that's
be the
how
big man.
You end our list with calf testicles after all this.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Well, I didn't do it. Wyoming did it.
So you wouldn't eat that, would you?
I have had testicles before, yes. You have to kind of forget that you're eating them. But if you can do that, if you can get it past that you're eating testicles, then you're in like Flynn. So look at you. You are 78 years old and you're giggling like a schoolboy. You're like Beavis and Butthead over there, sitting there giggling at the. He said testicles.
Settle down. Settle down.
Settle down, Beavis.
Okay, I'll eat the trout sandwich without the bread. How's that? Just eat the trout.
Eat the trout.
I mean, why would
You're not going to try?
No, I don't want it on bread. I just eat the trout.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose of having a sandwich, but
well, it just seems weird. I mean, trout is a wonderful thing to eat, but I never thought about putting it on bread.
All right. Well, you do what you want to do.
This whole thing kind of fizzled out once you mentioned the state
testicles.
Yeah, what state are we in now?
We're in Wyoming.
Wyoming, yeah.
A great state, very lovely people.
I love it there.
The capital of Cheyenne is an incredible, fantastic place.
Yeah. Every time I drive across the country, I enjoy Wyoming the most as far as driving. It's just this open, beautiful, like you're on the top of the world. I love it there.
Yeah. Can't beat Wyoming. Well, you probably could, but it's a nice state. All right. Well, that's it. The sandwiches are done.
We're just going to stop now. So long.
Well, there's no more states. There's 50 states in the union, for God's sakes.
Let's go over them again.
I guess we could add the territories. The sandwich of Guam is a spam sandwich.
Stop.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I bet Guam makes a pretty mean spam sandwich.
I'm sure they do here, Miller. This is one of your minor ideas. We'll see if anybody is still listening the week after.
We're going back to Shakespeare. There's crickets in the background.
I like the Shakespeare the best so far.
I do too. I thought that was the better episode.
Well, yeah, we need to get guests back. If we can get Paul Weinhold back again, maybe he's listening. That we need to raise the level of the intellectual content quickly here.
It's definitely taken a downturn, I think, but I thought I kept it elevated with interesting cultural and state-related facts.
You threw those in, and you knew those off the top of your head, or did you have a cheat sheet?
No, I knew those off the top of my head. This should be something I used to do every time, like teaching U.S. history. Every time we'd bring up a state, I used to have a list that I did a lot with geography back in the early days. And I just remembered all that stuff. And so every time I was teaching U.S. history, we talk about a state. I say, oh, by the way, did you know this particular interesting fact about this particular interesting state?
It's exciting, Miller. You could have been a game show host, you know?
Be stuck doing Hollywood Squares or Paul Lynn in the middle square.
You're so old.
I love Paul Lynn. So Even as a kid, I understood his inherent greatness. So
Why don't you get us out of
anyway,
this show here, Miller? Do your thing.
all right. Well, with that, we shall say adieu and bon appetit for all of our listeners about to settle down to a nice sandwich, whatever that sandwich may be. We're not judging.
No.
At least not now. We judge later if you tell us about it. But we shall say adieu, Herr Dr. Bourgeois.
Wiedersehen, Herr Miller.